How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I know what y'all saying, Sierra. You on that bullshit? You on that bullshit, Sierra? I know. Per usual, I know. But look, I had to come on here this morning to check in with y'all, let y'all know I'm still her, you know? And I had some thoughts about about a lot of random shit, and I'm just gonna spit it at you, okay? I ain't got time to mess around. I ain't got time, to do all the StreamYard of the things. Some things I don't feel like is StreamYard necessary. Like, I don't feel like I gotta pull no shit up or whatever. So let's jump right into it. Hi, what's up? Good morning. I'm Cierra QueenPin Clark. I almost forgot who I was for a second. I'm Cierra QueenPin Clark. Alright, if it's your first time here, welcome and all that good shit. Hey, it's me. Hello, how are you? What up, Raider? Um, like the video on your way in, out, being nosy, like that shit up, okay? If you appreciate the I get in what I fit in, spontaneous, I'm here when I'm here kind of vibe, then subscribe. Cause that's what it's giving. We ain't got no set schedule over here. We just hop on this joint whenever we feel like it, right? So, as y'all can see, I made a community post of this bacon is pissing me off. Hold on, pause. This bacon is pissing me smooth off. Why is it that the bacon companies don't, like, do they do this on purpose to me? Like, the bacon don't come out in one strip. It's just in a clusterfuck. And then I gotta sit here and detangle Porky the Pig and shit. Maybe I just need some coffee. Maybe. Okay, community post. Alright, so, as y'all know, I posted my STI results on my community post. The overview anyway. And, I'm gonna explain my reasoning. I done dropped like little bits of bacon everywhere. I'm gonna explain my reasoning for that. And my reasoning goes as such. Wait, okay. Hey, what's up, Deadpool, Wolverine? Hey. My reasoning go as such, right? With all the little jokey jokes that Elevated Truth was making on my panel, even though it was just jokes, I fuck that. I didn't want the narrative out there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want people to speculate or to feel like Sierra's a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable because, I'm talking about my vagina health to the world and shit. So yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable. But, hey, it is what it is. And, as y'all can see, my test, I'm getting all this bits of bacon out of my fingernails. As y'all can see, my test results negative as of July. You know what I'm saying? I think that's when my yearly was. But if the narrative keep persisting, I can always go and do a redo and then post that one. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch and I do it again. Shout out to my girl Jones, and hopefully I can convince her to do a TikTok with me, like a little duet or something. Is it a duet? I think it's a duet on TikTok. I'm not sure. But hopefully I can do that. Maybe if I just tag her in it and just do one or find one, like an audio or something, she'll do it. I don't know. Just putting it out there. Making it a TikTok date. I'm so gay sometimes. I'm so gay. So that's why I made my community post, because I just didn't like the fucking narrative, to be frank. And yeah. So I think that's all. And everyone who needs to know got a copy of it. Okay? Whether they in Messenger, whether I had to email that motherfucker to them, everybody who need to know got it. Okay? It's on a need to know basis. Hell, people who didn't need to know got it. Because I said, not today. We're going to shut them rumors down. We going to, hey, you ain't going to put that on my black ass. So, yeah, I think that covers it. No, that don't cover it. I also want to say in real time, just because a woman is openly sexual aware and openly sexually fluid and is aware of her sexual power and all that woo-woo shit, can I just say it hood? I don't want to say it proper. Just because I like the fuck don't mean I'm out here fucking everything. Got it? All right, cool. Glad we had this conversation. Now we can move on to some other thoughts, right? Let me see. Who are you? Cierra QueenPin Clark. Iggy N. Yeah. I'm definitely a nigga for life. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say with that, but cool. I dig it. You can't offend me, baby. I'm from Botetourt County. Yeah, south side of Botetourt County to get that. You cannot offend me. You can put the whole NIGGER up in that mug. And I'm going to keep going with the show. So welcome, trolls. Glad you're here this morning. Hope y'all get y'all coffee, trolls. Y'all want some coffee? I got a whole pot. In case y'all, I don't know if y'all like coffee. I don't know. I try to be welcoming to everybody. All right. Let me get my creamer. I got me some caramel. What is it? I got caramel macchiato, 0 sugar, but then I got caramel me crazy Dunkin' Donuts. I figured I'd try that, and I'm gonna let you know how it tastes. Hopefully it don't get me too lit, right? I need to take a nap or something. Just in the past few weeks, etc., live streaming, etc., a lot of shit going on with people, even me, but I've dealt with it. Seems like it continues in communities, or we deal with it in real life in general. Shit happens. Yeah, shit definitely happens. Oh God. Are you in prison? No, I'm not in prison. I know I have a mugshot up here, okay? Do I need to explain I will explain my mugshot. My mugshot, my little slate thing says guilty of spreading gossip. That's another narrative, that people like to run with. She's all about the drama. She's all about the drama. She's dirty. She's nasty. She's a nasty woman. She probably has something and she's about the drama. So I'll take the drama, sure. Okay, cool. If you need a new drama queen, I will provide. I am not short of drama. Do you like to wear leather? No, not really. I'm a big girl. I don't really like to wear leather because then like if you a big girl, right, and say you got back fat or you got thigh meat fat and then you go to like move and shit, it might sound like a fart. And then you got sweat and heat rash. It's too much. I can't do leather. No. No, can't do leather. Sorry, hate to bust your bubble. But you know. So did y'all see what's the name? Seth Rogers the other night? I watched it. I'm not even subscribed to Seth Rogers, okay? I'm not even subscribed. I just saw he was live. I clicked it. I listened. Right? And the whole time I was listening, I was on the other side of my phone. I was cleaning or vacuuming or something. And I was on the other side of the phone and I was just yelling at the phone. Oh, for the new people coming in, I'm part of the true crime, drama community, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go. So I was on the other end of the phone and I was like yelling at the phone. I was like, stop. You're giving them content. Stop. Ah. Yeah. And then he said some wild shit like Katie, you know, you don't want me to die, do you? You wouldn't want me to die. That would not be good for you or some shit. And I was like, what in the backwoods of Tennessee is going the fuck on? I said, what kind of sideways hillbilly threat is this? You know? It was just weird. And I know, like, it's hard, missing kid, parent of a missing kid. I don't even know how I would react. I would probably be a blubbering mess. Someone would have to talk for me. I don't think I could talk for myself, you know? Then again, maybe not. Maybe I could talk. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it in existence in any parallel universe of any. It doesn't exist over here. You know what I mean? I just wish he wouldn't have gave YouTube more content to pick over and pry through and what's the word? Comb through, right? Those of us who speak out on panels and know what the fuck we are talking about, others tend to hate what we say because we always bringing it just saying, yeah, I agree. I agree. So I was watching the Seth Rogers thing, and that was the only thing that stuck out. I mean, I didn't really care about him talking about politics or religion, and I didn't really care. I wasn't even listening to all that. I mean, I was listening to it, but okay, Seth, cool. But everybody was like nitpicking and every single word. I was like, dang. It was pretty crazy. I mean, it was commentary, but it was wild. And then in about 12 hours, they was back on Brittany J ass. Shout out to Allegedly with Brittany J. I was over there. Was it Sunday night or Saturday night? Sunday or Saturday night. I was over there. Cause I was like, I think I've only been in her chat one time, and I was like, "Oh, it's Brittany J live." I was like, let me go bush watch for a few, just a few little minutes, little 45 minutes or something. Let me just bush watch and what's it given. Is it given? Is it given what they portray it to give? Sometimes you gotta see for yourself. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Unpopular opinion. I don't always go with what people say someone is or the impression or narrative people are running with. I gotta go find out for myself because I'm hard headed like that. I gotta fuck around and find out. Okay, it's just that's just how it is. You can ask one of my closest friends, in life, really. At this point, you can ask Sassy. Sassy will tell me all day long, so and so ain't good. Sometimes the next day, sometimes 3 months later, I'm just like, you right. They on that bullshit. I don't know. I just gotta be hard headed like that. So I was over there, hanging out at allegedly with Brittany J's, and it's not an alliance per se, but she was talking about music. She had said something about a song, and she said it was Master P, and I was like, girl, it's Bone Thugs and Harmony, girl. And I'm sure a lot of people, my other people on the other side that are cordial with me in these YouTube streets, I'm pretty sure they didn't like that too well. And do I care? No. No, really don't care, because here's the line that people forget. Like, when you are out networking with other creators and in other chats, look, you don't have to participate in the bullshit. Just because Brittany J is talking shit, or she might have some kind of comment about Queen Bee or Clue or whatever the fuck, right? And vice versa. That don't mean I gotta chime in all the time. A lot of y'all motherfuckers is followers. Y'all will sit and watch somebody talk shit about somebody for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Y'all just be in the chat. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And she did. And yeah, that's what it said. And I hear that too. And y'all just go along with it. Right? You ain't got to. I'm here to let you know you ain't got to. Okay? If you needed a sign to tell you you don't have to participate, as Larry the Cable Guy would say, here's your sign. Isn't it Larry the Cable Guy, or is it Jeff Foxworthy? Either one. Here's your sign. Okay? When Brittany J was talking shit and they were bringing up drama, I didn't make no comment. I just, I was on the other end of the phone looking like, ooh, 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 ooh. And I just listened, didn't type nothing, kept it cool, kept it quiet. Even if I was on panel, same decorum, same thing, right? I would have shut the fuck up. I wouldn't have had nothing to say, And I think a lot of people, especially a lot of subscribers and viewers, right? They have this blind loyalty, like they feel like they gotta participate in the shit talking. You ain't got to. You can just sit there and let the creator shit talk. And let them be the only one. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, just like if you had a cookout, right? Hypothetically. Just like if you had a cookout or some type of function, right? Or some type of event or whatever, and two people start fighting. You ain't gotta jump in the fight. You can just let them fight. It's real simple. So let me see what y'all talking about. How can Master P sound like Bone Thugs? You know, well, you know, I think sometimes too, it's just, and I don't mean no disrespect, it's just the way it is. I think sometimes too, a lot of white women, right, and Caucasian people, when they see a black person in the room, whether it be in an actual physical room or just in a live chat, they want to be cool, and so they'll just say any old thing. You know, a DMX song is actually a Tupac song, and they'll just mix some shit all up just to sound cool. And I could tell that, you know, allegedly with Brittany J was excited that I was in the room, and I appreciate the notion. But I also wanted to say this too, and I don't take offense because, you know, she got a little Negro happy. Sometimes, you know, sometimes black people got that effect. You know, we just come into the room and all of a sudden, you know, white people get happy, like, oh, she here. I get tickled. I'm just like, you know, hey. I get real tickled about that. But what was I gonna say? Let me get some more caffeine. I was on a roll for a minute and then I lost it. Ooh, my head itching too. Oh, must be time to flat iron. Story of my life. Anywho, just like when I be over at Queens, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in the chat, I don't necessarily participate in the bullshit. You know, I might give an emoji or two, you know. Uh, you know. I think they always put a dunce hat. I don't know if y'all know what a dunce hat is, but I think they always put a dunce hat on Craig. And I think that's hilarious. That Craig is like the butt of every joke. I think that's funny. You know, some shit is just funny. You know, if it's funny, I'm a laugh. What up, blood? So that's my opinion on that. What else I have observed in my states of working outness? I've observed that I have the ability to make the visions. Here we go. Get ready. Buckle in. I have a ability to make the visions move. Okay, I don't know if that makes me a visionary. See what I did there? I don't know if that makes me a visionary or not, but apparently the tale of two dollies moved, you know, them so much that they jumped up on that, you know, charity work, didn't they? Me commenting about the car, and because, you know, bad news travel fast, you know, and a guilty conscience always showed. That's why my grandma always used to say, a hit dog will holler every time. If you hit a dog, it will holler. If you talk about someone and you tell the truth about them, they will react to the truth, good or bad. That's just what it is. If something has truth in it, they will react to it. Okay? It's just universal law, and I think it's the law of reciprocity. But you know, don't quote me on that. And I'm not above it. I'm in this universe just like y'all are. I'm not I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch and I do it again. Oh god. That jam is a remix of an old school. Well, some who are not familiar with hip hop or rap tend to think, oh, it's a cool rap jam, and many do not know the jam or the remix of the old school. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think she knows the songs, you know what I'm saying? She was singing it. She just it just left her brain who it was. And people that are a part of hip hop culture and that have listened to this music their whole life, they don't they don't forget things like that, you know? Like I don't like I grew up knowing, that Master P was No Limit and Bone Thugs was a part of Interscope, you know? So Interscope, Def Jam, whatever. Okay. So I just knew a part of that. Now, what else I wanted to talk about? There were some other things I wanted to talk about. On a funnier note, I'm gonna get off the Britty J thing for a minute. So I don't know if y'all been sleeping under a rock, but turns out that a certain person of power, a golden dawn, if uh if we would say, was alluded to in a leaked email that he was blowing Bubba. And I was like, what in the Donica Lewinsky is going on here? And I was just like, wow. But not surprised. Because, I mean, Diddy's first party was at Trump Tower. And, it checks out. I mean, it tracks, right? So I'm really not surprised. And plus, quiet as is kept. Let's just keep. Can I talk or can we talk? Okay. Or can we talk? Right. Um, I've seen our commander in chief in an undressed state, if you will. Okay. I've seen photographs of our president in the nude. Yes, in the nude. Yes, Donald. And I've not seen former President Bill Clinton in the nude, but as an expert on swag and energy and how people move, right? I can tell you for a fact that if you got a nickname Slick Willie, you probably hung like a horse. For you probably pretty fly for a white guy. You get what I'm saying? So, and what I've seen of our commander in chief is less than his attitude gives. Let's put it that way. Very much, they probably called him beer can in high school. Right? So, usually men of small stature, in the pants, usually they have the biggest egos. And they're some of the biggest narcissists, right? And then you have those who are hung like horses who don't have to say much at all, right? That's what it's giving. So all that tracks for me. And I'm not a political person, so I don't support really any politician. I even got politician friends that I went to school with that are in politics, but you know, when it comes to the people I've went to school with, depends on what they talking about and how the campaign look. You might get my vote, you might not. If I vote, that's just how I go. Take it how you leave it. I know some old heads are probably like, you gotta vote. No, no. Sometimes you don't want to play the game. Sometimes, unless they make it mandatory to play the game, I'm gonna choose not to play it. How about that? So, with that being said, let me see what y'all reading here. C Murder was that dude. Yup, he was. He was quiet as cat. Is he still? Is he still? Is he? He's still locked up, right? And if he's still locked up, is he still calling Monica? Because him and Monica had a thing going on. The boy is mine. The boy is mine. The boy is, quiet as cat. It's like when Biggie locked up. Oh yeah, well he's still talking to Monica then. He talking to everybody. He's talking to anybody he can. Shout out to C Murder. It's like when Biggie did that cool Jam Juicy. That Jam Juicy was old school 80s jam. Yeah. Yep, Monica was a gangster. Yeah, she was with them shoes. She brought them shoes up on stage. She was like, y'all talking about these shoes. And she brought them shoes clear up on stage and sat them there and sang the song. I was done when I saw that. I was like, oh my God. The internet will make you do some crazy stuff. She beat up Brandy back in the day. What? I ain't know that. I ain't know. That's tea. I'm gonna look up on that. That's tea right now. I had no idea. But back to the visionaries. I have the ability to make them move, and here's the thing: a guilty conscience will eat you up. Okay, when you do something to another human being, when you don't treat someone how you want to be treated, right? And you try to move on with your life and go forward, and you haven't made amends or had a conversation or an apology or whatever to that person, you will get subconscious leakage. People think, they watch Deception Detective and they think that leakage is like if you do a crime. No, you can have leakage if you do something unethical, not right. You know what I'm saying? If you meet a nice girl or a nice guy and you smash and you hit the skins and you don't call them back, or you play with their emotions, or you string them along, or you talk shit or whatever behind their back, or whatever the case may be, right? That guilt of that action, the energy it took to not give a fuck, will eventually catch up with you. Okay? And I've been hearing a lot of leakage from the visionaries. Well, at least one visionary. One in particular that I'm close to. I've been hearing a lot of leakage. A whole lot of, I'm a good person and I don't care and this, that, and the third. And apparently a moderator over there for the visionaries was like, at a hate channel in the comments, and I'm just like, what hate? Like, why be so vague? Like, what's the vague about? Like, anybody can go back to everybody in the Krama community's live streams, right? And comb through the chats and figure out who the moderator is that was over there flirting with the enemy, so to speak, or a hater channel or a roach channel or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? So what's the vague about it? Like, can we just put an address on it? Can we just be like, moderator, insert name, was over in this person insert name chat and I don't like it. Why is that so hard? Like, what is? Sometimes I'll be like, is this manufactured drama and shit? Are you just saying that shit to make the moderators act right and keep themselves in check or something? Yeah, I would lose my wrench because I pay the bills for this internet here, and I pay the light bill and stuff, and I make sure everything is running smoothly over here. So I'll be damned if somebody gonna tell me, moderator or not, what chat I'm gonna go in. I mean, people have tried. Oh, people have tried. People have definitely tried. Don't go here. It doesn't look good. No. Fuck that. I go where I want. And matter of fact, if you tell me not to go somewhere, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be rebellious and do it. I'm gonna do it because now I want to see why you don't want me to go there. Oh god, it's a trip. How some people think they have control over grown adults, and look, you can say you're a good person all day long, but if you got to keep reminding your audience you're a good person, then I have to question if you're a good person for real. Because a good person don't sit up there and have to tell that every live stream, right? And not only that, but what is with the repeat of the points? Like okay, we got like these what 5, 6, 7 true crime cases that we're gonna cover until the end of fucking time, right? And no matter what case, you know, the one visionary. No, wait, let me put an address on it. The fuck you mean? No matter what, practice what you preach, Sierra. Practice. Don't be a hypocrite. Okay. See, I gotta check myself. Okay. No matter. Okay. Dolly Vision covers about 7 cases, 5 or 7 cases, until the end of time, right? And every time he comments on whatever case, he says the same opinion. He has nothing new to say. It's like I'm listening to the same stream and the same script over and over again, but it's just different shirt, different hat, different background, different location, same shit. And I'm like, well, if you ain't got nothing new to say, then why do we keep repeating it? I mean, I understand new people and all that, but, you know, there's more than those 5 cases to have opinions on. I mean, are you that narrow? Are you that narrow in... Is it too much for your brain to go and find new cases to cover, to have opinions on? Or are we just going to recycle these 5 cases until a trial? You know, I don't know if y'all caught on to that. I don't know. It just seems very like scripted. That's why I did my whole conspiracy theory of the Tale of Two Dollies, because I'm just like, no matter what, no matter what stream I watch, if it's a replay or if he's live, right? No matter what I watch, I can damn near guess what he gonna say, because he says the same thing every time. And it's weird. It's very weird. It's very like, shout out to MK Ultra, but it's very MK Ultra programming. Quiet as it's kept. You know, it's weird. And I expressed this to a few people, and I'm gonna express it publicly because I'm just, I'm just real like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what's on my mind. Okay, if you don't mind. Okay. But when I was watching his stream yesterday when I came back from running around and um I was eating my McDonald's right before I dozed off. I was watching his stream in my bedroom and on the TV, and he was in the car. He was somewhere getting a sandwich or lunch or something in his new car, right? His new Corvette, right? A VOS, correct? Okay. Make sure I got that correct. And when he was in his car, two things that was weird. Someone commented, "Oh, nice car, man." And he's like, "I feel like I'm at a car show. Maybe I should have parked in the back instead of the front." Well, then what did you get a flashy car for? That was annoying. That made me go, "What the fuck? You didn't want people to say nice car, then what the Okay. Let's see. We got Matthew silly as fuck in the chat. Matthew got a whole General Lee. He got a nice car. You know, every time somebody tell him he got a nice car, guess what? He smile, thank you. He get excited. He put up 10 more TikToks of him just doing shit in his car with the little drone on the back. He's proud. But it's like Dolly Vision got this guilty conscience about the car or some shit. It's weird. Okay? Second opinion, or commentary rather. When it was time for him to get his lunch or his food or whatever, he was like, "Hold on, I'll be right back," or order it or whatever he was doing, right? He went to get out the car, and have you ever seen a fat person try to get out of the car? Just a question. Because I'm fat, okay? I'm a big girl. Like I said, I just started back working out because it's winter. It's gonna get cold, snow. I'm trying to get into not so much holiday eating, but some holiday working out. You know what I'm saying? So when summertime and springtime get here, I can look cute in a crop top and shit. I ain't gotta be, feel like I'm sweating balls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, pause. I don't have balls, but but he was struggling to get out the car, like he was doing the whole 1, 2, like he had to do the 3 rolls and you're out type shit. And when he struggled to get out the car, I was looking at the back of him, not like, I wasn't looking at his ass or nothing, but the back of him was showing. And I said, "Greg, I said, his neck even getting fat. He got a little fat neck." Have you ever seen TD Jakes? I ain't got no coof. Okay. I'm just going to talk to y'all like I'm talking to anybody on the phone. Okay. Y'all ever seen TD Jakes and he got them hot dog rolls in the back of his head? Jimmy's getting the hot dog rolls in the back of his head. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, no, man, come on, man. Come on now. You up here getting cars and going out to lunch and shit. Can we get a give, send, go for a gym membership or something? Do we need to donate for a gym membership? Like, come on, like, you could have took your lunch to the park and walked around or something. Like this, you just had a heart attack, homie. You just let's Put it in perspective. You like eating good food? Cool. You like riding around in your new car? Great. You like being on YouTube and doing the work you do? Cool. I love it. You like it? I love it. You love seeing PJ every day and Lolo and Wrangler? Cool. Then I suggest you might want to, work out, take care of yourself instead of. Now I do understand that's harsh, but sometimes people need a harsh awakening. Okay. Sometimes you gotta shake it loose, right? Me, I have a different perspective. I have a even harsher perspective. Case in point, my father, right? My father passed in 2005. And when he had a heart attack and had his stent put in and he got diagnosed with diabetes, right? And he quit smoking, right? He gained weight. And yeah, we went and our whole family got a gym membership. And, he might have went like 2 or 3 times, right? And then he just kept working. He was like, well, if I'm just going to walk around the gym, I can walk around and mow grass. That was my dad's type of attitude, right? But he was doing something up until the last day. Like the day before he died, like the Friday before he died, he was mowing grass. Okay? So, and I affirmatively believe if my dad would have took a more progressive approach to fitness and cardio, working out and stuff, I think he would still be here today. Possibly, or he would have been around longer, right? And out of concern, not out of roasting or being funny or whatever. Don't take advantage of the time you have. Housework is housework, yard work is yard work, but cardio, we're doing cardio and working out is working out. It's different. Like you might think that, you working up a sweat or you getting a little exercise, walking around in the yard or, cleaning the house or whatever, and it might make you tired and stuff. You might think that's a workout, but it's really not. A workout is when your heart rate reach a certain level. Okay. Working out is when muscles contract, right? Calories are burned. And it takes consistency and at least 30 minutes a day to see health benefits, right? And results. Okay. Not because I'm on a workout kick. I just not just started, but I'm getting back into it. So this speech, as PJ would say, I'm not telling y'all to fuss at y'all. I'm actually talking to myself. I'm trying to keep myself motivated. And also motivate somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be struggling to get out the car and it's 100 degrees outside, Now is the time to get with the program. If there was a time, it'd be now when the weather's cold and ain't nobody really out like it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Gotta stop drinking them sodas. I had about 3 inches of Pepsi yesterday. And I hardly ever buy soda. I don't never buy soda. Okay. My son requested a 2-liter Pepsi. He said, Mom, I would love it. I said, I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. Is there anything you want? He said, yeah, Mom, I want some ice cream. I would love a 2-liter Pepsi and some chips. I said, bet. Cool. I got you. And he got a high metabolism. You know how young people is. They got a high metabolism, skinny like his daddy. He ain't got to worry about nothing. As long as he brushed them teeth, I'm cool, right? So, he had a little Pepsi, and I had got up in the middle of the night because my sleep all crazy. And when I got up in the middle of the night and he was talking to me, I was like, yo, I was finishing my McDonald's sweet tea from earlier, and I was like, you know what? Pour the rest of this out and rinse this cup out. I think some lip gloss or something in there, and just pour that out and rinse it out, and put about 3 inches of Pepsi in there. So when I smoke my last cigarette, that the suds hit and the cigarette hit at the same time, and it gives me a good jolt of chemicals, right? So I did that, but on the most days, after he drinks the last little swallow of that 2 liter, because he chugged some of it before he left for school this morning. I was like, "Dad, you addicted? You gotta hit that cola in the morning, huh?" He ain't want no coffee or nothing. He used to drink coffee, but that's neither here nor there. When on the weekends he do drink a little coffee, but when he was hitting the soda or whatever. And after that soda is gone, man, and it's I have sweet tea in there too. But 9 times out of 10, I drink water. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna get me some right now. Some cold water sound pretty good. It might wake me up. I don't know. No, it's not. I'm tired of shit. I don't know. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying like a rug. I'm tired. That cold water ain't gonna wake me up. It's weird when you start working out because you do get energy. You have energy. You have more energy to do things when you do them, right? But when you have time to get some R&R, when that R&R hit, you be excited. You be like, yes, go to school so I can sleep for 3 hours and then I'll get up and do some shit. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Same here when others say don't go here, etc., mod or not, I say, I don't give a fuck. You can't tell me where to go. Right. Yeah, it's very weird. Dolly and PJ was on a stream one night. I don't know if it was Friday or sometime here lately, right? And they was talking about some moderator was over at a hate channel, Kikiing. They didn't say Kikiing, but they were like conversing with the enemy or something, whatever, however they put it. And they were like, if you're gonna be a mod for us, then we don't want you to be in the chat where people are bashing us, right? And I'm like, I get it, but who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? How do you know they was in there agreeing with the bashation? I just made up a word. How do you know they was in there agreeing with it? Just like I was in there allegedly with Brittany J, and Brittany J was talking about some drama shit. I was listening to what she had to say, but that don't mean I agree just because I was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have been just in there because nothing else was on they wanted to watch. And they were just in there listening. And they could have been in there and they just could have thought some things is funny. Like, people think shit funny all the time. Like, it could have been something, you know what I'm saying? One of the moderators could have been over there at a hate channel. It could be me. I don't know. I don't know who the moderator was. I still don't know, And I've asked around, okay? I've vetted all my sources, still don't know. They were asking me, who was it? I said, well, who I thought it was, that ain't it. Because I thought they was a mod, but they're not. So, fuck it, I don't know. So, I didn't even say who I thought it was. Because if it was who I thought it was, I know for a fact that person has been in my chat. And I even know what live it was on, but they're not a mod, so it don't matter. So, I was like, well, if a moderator for Dolly Vision or PJ Vision is in the chat and the creator is bashing or roasting or whatever, right? Them, could it just be that maybe their friends are there? Maybe that's the only thing that's on. Maybe it's just funny and they're just in there laughing. They don't have to necessarily agree, I drink water at room temperature. It's better for you, by the way. I heard that, but I like it cold. I'm very hard headed. I will drink it room temperature. I'm not opposed to it. Like, if there's no water that's cold, I will grab, I won't get dehydrated. I'll grab a room temperature one, but boy, that cold just hit right. It almost tastes like it's something else. You know what I mean? Like, instead of like, when you drink, well, when I used to drink a lot of soda and sweet tea and shit, it was the cold that I like, but I keep cold waters in the fridge, so now I got water. And shoot, you know how women are always warm and shit, hot flashes and premenopause and shit. I need anything I can to cool this cat down. Now let me stop. I need everything I can to put out this fire, baby. So, we do have we do have some tea. We do have some real life tea we need to cover, okay? We've done enough commentating on the visions for now, but let's cover some real life tea. Well. I hate to toot my own horn, but BB, God don't play about me, y'all. And this is not, I want to preface this is not me bragging. This is not me, what's the word? This is not me bragging, right? This is just me going back to my original statement. We're going to circle it back around, okay? Earlier, I said that the law of reciprocity, you got to treat people how you want to be treated. And if you don't, then it will give subconscious leakage, right? Well, not only will it give subconscious leakage, but there'd be a karmic debt to pay, right? If God sends you a good person and you treat that person, less than a priority or like a second choice, or not great, right? Make them feel some type of way, intentionally or not. There are consequences, right? And in my real life, I've had, a close friend and lover, an ex, okay? I won't name names to keep anonymity, but it has occurred to me, because I've checked with some reliable sources. Because after, the melee I had spoke about in another live, and I was, very irate, not irate, but I was very disappointed in said person, and I was roasting the shit out of them. One lie, I don't know what I was just. I don't even remember what I said, but y'all can go find it. And I was just roasting the shit. I'm pretty sure I said it was my real life, drama or whatever. So, anywho, I was with this person for about 2 years. So back in 2012. And, they just up and left one day, right? It happens. It happens to the best of us, right? Ain't no shame in it, right? Right, PJ? Ain't no shame in it. So this person decided to make me feel like they were doing me a favor. Like I'm a I'm gonna give you some courtesy dick. Like I'm gonna give you dick just for the favor, cause you might be hard up, you might need it. You're being thirsty or whatever. Like you know, some courtesy peen. Like what the fuck? Like who do you think you are? You know, like they was doing some charitable work or some shit. Like I'm gonna give you the opportunity to have the dick first before I go and check up on who I really want to fuck. No. I don't know why he worded it like that, but it is what it is, right? And I said what I said, and I remain a lady about it till this day. But you know, I on my end of things, after I said what I said, I turned around and I archived his messages on Messenger. Oh, I'm good for a good old archive. I will archive a message so fast. Whoo! Especially if you in my real life and you treat me like less than a fucking queen. Whoo! Whoo! Ooh, you get archived so quick. And I archived his message, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed every once, not every day, but every once in a while, because he is a close friend and he's a big part of some of my most legendary stories, right? Some of all my drug experimentation I did in my 20s. He was there, okay? All my partying, my most fucked up moments, my most wasted moments, hallelujah, was with this one man, right? And I will always cherish those memories, even though our relationship didn't end well, right? And our friendship doesn't look like it's gonna end well either. But it is what it is. Everything has a season, right? Okay. So, because he made me feel like he was doing me charity work by supplying me the dick, and I turned him down because of how he worded it. Because he worded it as like he was doing me a favor, I was like, I made up some fucking excuse like, nah, I'm good. Like like I'm good. Like whatever. Like miss me with that, right? And then he said some shit and I had my last little say, and then now I was done with it, right? Archived the messages, didn't say shit else, right? And I noticed his green light wasn't on Messenger when I would go and check, right? And I didn't want to interrupt if he was talking to the other woman, the one, my friend, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, and plus I felt weird about it because I felt weird, even though, I could have, the old me, younger, dumber, full of cummer, Sierra would have just took some charity peen and just ignored the fact that I sat on the phone with his ex-girlfriend and listened to her cry about how much she loved him and how much she wished she would change and get his shit together and not be a homosexual, and us reminiscing on the good times and the bad times with him, and me venting to her about my experience with him and vice versa, and me being a friend to her and her coming to visit me at my old apartment, and us having our own connection as friends. I couldn't, knowing all that and experience all that, turn around and fuck the very dude we was talking about. I couldn't do it. I mean, I didn't say that to him. No, I didn't say that to him because I was like, man, he gonna think I done got soft in my old age. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say that to him, but I definitely, I definitely, gave him an excuse of why I couldn't take him up on the charity deal. right? So, uh, as I preface, God don't play about me. And you should never take a good hearted person, female or male, and treat them as if you're doing them a favor. You know what I'm saying? You should never have that. Um, I can't think of the proper word for it, but it should never be that way, right? Especially someone you've known, you know, someone that has helped, helped you out. I mean, I didn't help this man. Like at one point, this man was homeless. You know what I'm saying? I took him in when my son was real young. My son was like 2, 3, 4, and well, 2 and 3. We were only together 2 years, but people come back, in your life, and they spend the block on you and all that shit. So it is what it is, right? So God don't play about me. And it's unfortunate that the outcome is what it is, but here's the tea, get ready, buckle in. Um that friend that ex got into a car accident, from what I'm hearing. He got into a car accident and broke some ribs and a pelvis, I believe. Wow. Wow. There's a verse in the Bible, and a lot of people say, the Bible don't like witches, Sierra. Don't be quoting the Bible. No, 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 no. No, not this witch. God loves me. You know how I know God loves me? Because God said in the good book, in the word said, God said, vengeance is mine, say the Lord. Okay? And that's some vengeance. I don't care what herbs or what full moon or what candle I would have dressed with anointing oil, or what kind of, I don't care what I could have cooked up in my witchy knowledge, right? I couldn't have made that outcome. And I'm here today to tell you that sometimes you just gotta let go and let God. Because God can fix it a whole lot easier than he can fix it a whole lot more just than you can fix it. Matter of fact, here's a future thing. You better not cross me, because if I go and tell God, or I don't even have to tell God, if I just let go and let God and don't even do nothing about it, just archive the message, Sierra, it don't exist. Just push the problem over here, right? And just move along with life, right? If I do that, God will turn around and show up and show out for me. You hear me? I didn't wish no bad on him. I didn't wish no ill will. I didn't give him no evil eye, no nothing. I just put the message in the archive, let go, let God. Kept it moving. Started paying bills, doing regular thing, cleaning, cooking, all that. Just kept it moving. Oh well. Right? He didn't understand my worth, or he didn't see the value in me, or he didn't treat me like he should, or he didn't approach me like he should. Usually he's a lot more smoother. I told him that too. When I was, before I had my last word, I told him, I was like, you used to be a lot smoother. You used to be a lot more, like, even if you was on some fuck shit, and even if you was giving me charity dick, over the years, you would never come out and just blatantly say that to me. You would make me feel special. This, that, and the third. You wouldn't make me feel like you was giving me the opportunity before you give somebody else the opportunity. Like, who the fuck you think you are? And then he came back with, oh, well, I was gonna, bring you some steak and cook you some steak, because you said that it was my turn to cook for you, because you had cooked for me all them years, because I did. I cooked for him and all his homies, when we was together, you know. But I don't know why he thought that was gonna fix it. Like, I guess he thought that he said that he was gonna cook for me, and he said steak, and he was just, I guess in his mind, he thought I was gonna go, oh no, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. No, bring the steak. Come over. No, I ain't never been that desperate for no dick. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, you must really be lost over at her house. Because let's keep in mind, he's still at his, okay, he was with me, right, for like 2 years, and then he was locked up for some time. Shit happens. And then, he was with my friend. Well, she became my friend after he did her fucking wrong. And then he moved on with this ugly girl. I mean, I don't talk about a woman's look, okay? But it is what it is. No shade. I don't know the girl. I ain't never spoke to her. I don't know shit about her. All I know is when you look at her, you're going to go, hi, damn. Woo! You're going to go, it's got to be some good cooch. It's got to be. Pussy got to be like sunshine. Because the face is not. The face is a storm. And it's not a beautiful one. Okay? You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it nicely, right? So, I was like, damn. So he was over there at the ugly girl house. And he said he broke up with her. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe. But I got wordplay. You still over at the ugly girl house. Because you still a homosexual. And look at God. You didn't fucked around and knew. Instead, I don't understand, why is it so hard for humans, right? Men or women, to just be like, you know what? I didn't word that the right way. I'm sorry I made you feel this way. That wasn't my intention to make you feel this way. I'm going to make it up to you. And then follow it up with good intentions here on out, right? Like, why is it so hard for men to admit when they're wrong? Like, I grew up in the 90s where men used to stand outside in the rain with the boombox and sing for hours and can't even sing. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with 90s R&B where men would sing about walking miles and miles to get to the one they loved and to be in the presence of, whoever or whatever. But now we got these dudes acting like they doing charity work. And I mean, I get okay, if you was Elon Musk or something, okay, Elon Musk, cool. Elon Musk maybe could talk to me like that. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, somebody with, that I wouldn't want to ruffle that. I might humble myself a little bit for that. I might let that shit go. But if you running from one woman's house to another woman's house, getting in where you fitting in and fucking for a rent and a place to lay your head, you ain't got no room to talk to me like you doing me a favor. That shit is, and maybe when I was 25, 24, 23, maybe I would have put up with that bullshit. Maybe my self-esteem, wasn't where it should, or as my former best friend would say, maybe I didn't know my worth then. But by God, at 39, I know my worth. At 39, I know. And when you know better, you do better. Okay? So I'm sorry if that um certain male figure in my life and family friend, nothing's changed. Mama still love you, you know. I still care. It's not like I don't care. It's just God don't play about me. That's just it. You got to watch how you talk to someone who's under God's protection. That's all. That's just all it is. I don't know who you pray to, but they ain't really protecting you, homie. You might want to recalibrate your spiritual alignment or some shit. You might want to shop around for someone else because, whew, ribs and a broken pelvis, boy. I think here's your sign. All right, I'm gonna read the chat, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna make my breakfast. Oh, hey, Undercover Mermaid. Hey, hey, hey. Turtle Talk, what's good? Good morning. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Always welcome. Always welcome. Turtles are always welcome. I ain't got no hard feelings. And that's another thing too. How long is the uncomfortableness, the awkwardness, and the beef, so to speak, lean beef, right? Between me and the Dolly Vision and PJ gonna last. I'm over it. It's like I'm just sitting back and I'm waiting for closure. I'm waiting for to be unblocked from the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell y'all, I'll tell people in Messenger, I'll tell people in real life, content is content. And if you say some hypocritical shit and I catch it, I'm gonna give commentary on it. That's what YouTubers do. If you hadn't noticed. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's jealousy or if it's because of past actions. Hey girl, hey PJ, I ain't touched them in a good 6 months or so. But what is it? November? Hold up, let me check it. Hold up. July, August. 4 months. It's been 4 months. 4 months. I've been clean off the dolly for 4 months. I have been to dolly rehab. Okay. It just don't, like, you do all that talk, like Jimmy get up there and talk about how great of a person he is, and he giving Thanksgiving dinners and all this, doing this charity work and all that, and looking for missing kids and all this, air quote. And he do all this talking, but you got me blocked in the chat and me blocked from StreamYard. If there was no problem, then why can't I participate? Everybody else get to participate. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like borderline, like, is this a rate? Like, are we being racist? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's, because of our history, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even attracted to him no more. And I thought the moment I made that, what's the word? Known that I'm not attracted to him no more, I'm not attracted to nobody from my past. Let's put it that way. It's not just Jimmy. I'm I'm not looking to spin the block on nobody. No dick, no vagina. I'm not spinning the block on nobody. Okay? I want new. I want something new. Because I'm so sick of the same old bullshit. Right? So I just, if we are such a good person and content is content and we're all playing this YouTube game and some people are making money, some people are not, um then what's the harm in it? Like, I don't understand. Like, if I jump in the chat, over at Dolly Visions, even if it's for 12 hours and I'm in the chat one time and I say some funny slick shit, because that's just me, that's my personality, then after I say some slick shit and it's just like one of the moderators take it personally and I get blocked again, or they take it in defense of their blind loyalty to PJ or Jimmy or whatever the fuck, and they can't take a joke. Like, it's all good for, he can joke on other people. He can joke on T-Rev. He can joke on the Glarer. But if I joke on him or PJ in his own chat, block from either Sage, oh I know baby, or PJ herself, like what's up with that? That's weird to me. Like, this shit is like damn near 3 years old, 4 years old. Like, this old news. Like, y'all gonna hold this grudge against me forever and not realize content is content, and I'm just, pushing buttons and learning how to do this YouTube shit by myself. He taught me a little bit, but he didn't teach me everything. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's very weird. It's like there's some shit I don't know that, like, and like, I'll say it again. I said it in last live. I was gonna super chat for his birthday one day, and just to say happy birthday, to show respect, right? And because I was blocked in the chat, I couldn't even give you money, bro. Like, and I'm the one who be talking about how you spend the money. And I'm trying to give you some, nigga, and you ain't gonna let me give you none, motherfucker. Like, how bad can it be, bro? Like, how bad can it be? Like you really got a grudge over a woman like that? That's weird to me. That's not masculine at all. Because a masculine man would just, let bygones be bygones. I'm with PJ, keep it, no racist shit. Keep it, respectful in the chat. And I'm glad we good now. And keep it moving, like, what? And you know what? If I would get just the bare minimum of closure, or the bare minimum of, we got to understanding type shit, then maybe I would stop commentating on y'all. Maybe I'd let it go. But, we're going to keep playing this game. They're going to do some hypocritical shit, and I'm going to see it, or somebody going to tell me about it, and I'm going to go rewatch it on the replay, and then I'm going to make up some crazy thumbnail with ChatGPT and run that shit for the long run and spin the block on that ass on my commentary and make everybody look at y'all like y'all hypocrites. Like, if y'all don't want that kind of attention, then just make it right. It's real simple. And I get it. Maybe they don't want to make it right. I get it. It's fine. It's fine if you don't want to make it right. But it just seemed like it seemed like it'd be one less thing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could just easily knock this out, and keep it moving, then I would do that. Just so it'd be like one less thing to worry about. You know? Think about all the people that don't like Jimmy and have some type of grudge against him or whatever, or Dolly or PJ or what or both, and they would actually do some real life shit. Like, Aileen rolled up to the house, right? And, you know, some real life shit. Like, people are out here, they will do some real life shit, and I'm not that person. So I don't understand how I'm getting treated like I'm that type of person. And I think the viewers, because a lot of viewers, because I got on this spill because I saw Turtle Talk in the chat, but a lot of viewers of mine and theirs cross over. So I think it'd be good for the viewers and the subscribers and his members and other creators to see, what I'm saying, that bridge being, that bridge being made, that bygones be bygones, and just, oh, Sierra over there being regular. Oh, okay, cool. And shit. Like, I'm not above it. Like he can joke on me too. Like if I jumped on panel and he'd be like, "Oh Lord, Sierra, man, you come to tell me about myself again?" Make a little joke or something like, "Oh, we in trouble, Sierra over here now. I done said something." You know, that would be cool. Like that would be funny, like a little banter. Not nothing flirtatious or nothing weird like that, but. Like I said, I'm not attracted to him, so it's weird that I ever was. I don't think y'all understand. Like, I watch him now and it's like, oh, it's like, ooh, like, I had to pick Dolly Vision, huh? Like, I could have picked any other YouTuber. Maybe he just need to lose weight. I don't know. Just lose some weight. Go to the gym. Maybe I'll like it again. I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't think I'll ever like it again because of the way it was treated the first time around. You know what I'm saying? The way it's been treated over the years, I don't think I'll ever like it again. Y'all in the chat just chatting away, and I'm just up here ignoring y'all. What up? From Nepal. Shout out. Nepal. That's cool. That's near Dubai, right? Cool. Shout out to my Eastern brothers and sisters. I love that culture. My mom used to belly dance back in the day. Little fun tip for the people in Nepal. My mom used to be a belly dancer back in the day. That's where I get all my sexy from. She gonna get me for that. Host, what's happening? Nothing. Just talking. Just chilling. Hanging out. Just freeing my spirit. Venting. Sometimes you gotta detox your soul from the bullshit. Yeah, please hit the like. Please hit the like. New car smell. Man, that car nice. I ain't gonna hold you. That car real nice. But I mean, he locked in now. I don't know why he don't just get a ring. I mean, it ain't none of my business, but it just seemed like that would be the next step if we gonna put, and that'd be good, considering the way his health, has been. It'd be good if he could, put a ring on it, go to the courthouse, do something. Because that way everything is in order. In case it need to be, for future medical reasons, right? We're not being doom and gloom, I'm just saying, like, it needs to be some kind of, something. I think, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, not that it matters, but I would tell it to his face. And I might have. I might be repeating myself. I don't know. But I would tell him to his face, like, nah, I don't think I've told him this. But I think PJ deserves it. I think she deserves, if I sit back and think about all the work she does for the channel and keeping him and making sure he takes care of his medication and you know helping him adjust to post heart attack and everything. I think she deserves to be made an honest woman. You know what I mean? I think she wants that. I think she wants that, romantic day. You know what I'm saying? She wants to be a bride. She wants that title of wife. And she keeps saying when the subject is brought up that, oh, she's not worried about it, probably never happen and all that. But that's what people do when, they've lost hope. That's what people do when they think it's not going to happen. And it would be more romantic if it did happen out of nowhere, not because I said it or because I think it, but because it's deserved. And if I can see that, then I'm pretty sure everyone else can see that too. And I think everyone else sees her as that. They see her as the one for him, Um, it's not my life. It's not my penis. You know what I'm saying? He can do with it what he wants. Would I have picked PJ? No, but I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? I would have picked somebody else, but he seems to be happy with her. So what's the holdup? Time's a ticking. You ain't gonna live forever. The family get along. So far as I can see, everything in order. Everything ready to go. Just sign the papers, man. Hey. On the other hand, I'm wanting to take another spin in my situation with my man. Oh, another spin. Oh, needs a little beard back. What? He's not dominant anymore, which can cause you to see a man differently. Oh yeah, true. And he's kind of like rinse and repeat, same old shit. He don't even tell bar stories no more. I mean, shit. At least you could tell some old stories. You know what I'm saying? I know PJ probably don't want to hear them old stories. She didn't probably heard them 1,000 times, but I'm sure there's a story I haven't heard yet. And they're entertaining. I like it, I like the stories, It's it shows like the human experience, you can, and the way he tell it is funny. So I like it. That part I always like, married or not, I always like his stories. Whether they were, no matter what time in his life, He said he writing a book, and I swear to God, I'm gonna buy one. I swear to God, if you write a book, I'm gonna buy them. Now, okay, let's talk about the book, okay? Because he mentioned he was writing a book. Hey, Jimmy, if you listening, or if you listen, or if PJ listening, if somebody, a moderator, I don't give a fuck who listening. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not in the book, if I'm not in the book, baby, I don't even care what is said about me in the book, but I better be in the book. You better put it down. I don't care if it's went and go and smoked a blunt with Cierra, the end, next chapter. I don't care what it said. I don't care if it say went to Cierra house and she was a little musty. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what it say. I mean, it wouldn't say that. Hopefully, I don't think I was. Went to Cierra house and her breath smelled like mayonnaise. I don't know. Like what? I don't give a fuck what it say, but I better, if I am not in the book, I'm going to crash out. I'm here to tell you right now. I'm going to crash the fuck out. If I'm not in the book, there's another bottle of Hennessy waiting on me. Oh God, I'm gonna crash out. It's funny now, but it's not gonna be funny if I'm not in the book. I tell you what, it ain't even got you ain't even gotta like tell everything. You can you can just just even if it's just like two sentences or something, just so people know I ain't bullshitting. You got me out here looking like like I'm making shit up out of thin air and shit. Like I just now, why would I pick Dolly Vision if I was gonna lie on a YouTuber, right? Hypothetically, if I was gonna lie on a YouTuber, why the fuck would I pick Dolly Vision? Why would I pick fucking Jimmy Jams? Why? Why? I would pick like Mr. Beast, Jake Paul. I would pick not Jake Paul. Ew. I'd pick Logan Paul. Let's be real. Okay. I'd pick Logan Paul, Mr. Beast. Ain't his name Jimmy too? See it? It checks. In the alternate universe, it was Mr. Beast. Okay. Maybe I need to write a book and I need to like come to the realization that, oh my God, you know what, guys? It wasn't Jimmy Dolly Vision. It was Jimmy Mr. Beast. Whoa. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to, spin that whole narrative. Look out, Mr. Beast. Here I come. You just got the wrong first name. Maybe I need to cash in on that. Maybe that's something. But somebody write that down for me so I don't forget in case I need to resort to some tactics here to get some college money or something. Me and ChatGPT will come up with a whole chapter. Don't worry about it. My affair, my romantic tryst with Mr. Beast, my entanglements with Mr. Beast. Ooh, that sounds sexy. Kinda, not really, but I don't even think Mr. Beast is that attractive of me. He seemed cool. He seemed all right, but not my type. And I think people would see that. I do have a type, You got to have some swag, but Jimmy lost his swag a long time ago. He ain't very swagalicious right now. I don't know. Maybe he'll surprise me. Maybe today he'll swag out and I'll be like, oh, there he go. That's the Jimmy I know. No disrespect, PJ. Don't stab me. You know what I'm saying? I look for glimpses, but I haven't seen the swag yet. I see an old, overweight, tired man, defeated, trying to, rub two nickels together to make $1. I don't know. Trying to hustle everybody out their dollars. I don't see much of what I used to see, Let me get to y'all's comments before I get behind in the chat. If it is a handler situation, he's just head down a different, like you showed the other night. Plus the beard for me. If he was my type, but nah, I love this personality, ability to make me laugh. Yeah, he used to make a lot of people laugh, but now it's kind of serious and shit. And he's very careful about what he say. And it's not like he has to be careful about what he say for legal reasons when it comes to like cases and, parents of missing a particular missing kid case, He has to be careful, right? But, he's even scripted when it comes to his personal life and his opinions and shit. It's weird. It's all robotic almost. But, I haven't done no research for the part 2 because I feel like there's a part 2 limmering, and I be really trying to let it go. Like I be trying to like, no, I ain't gonna do a part 2. I'm gonna just let it go, I'm gonna delete the part 1 off of the title and just let that be. what it is, but I still got the thumbnail ready. So, be a hypocrite if you want to. Be a scripted robot if you want to. I'll spin the block on that ass like I always do. Shit. No closure. Show runs as usual. Stay tuned and shit. Because quiet as it's kept. As Raider Rich would say, Dolly Vision hadn't blowed my hair back in many moons. I gotta go back and look for old streams for him to blow my hair back. Woo! Girl, you've seen my type. Yes, I have and did. No, earlier we were dating and looking to some new car smell comment connection to his chat. Why the fuck would he put you in the book for? For art, for for I was I was giving them that Don Julio. I was giving them that golden dawn. I was giving them that golden dawn of the Gok 3000. What are you gonna put me in a book for? What you mean? Shit. One leg on the mattress, one leg on the headboard. Look at them like I'm an actress. Come on now. Come on now. House smelling like onions. Did I put onions in? No, he didn't even eat the salad. He didn't eat nothing I cooked. He was scared. The first time he came to visit me at my old apartment, he was scared. He didn't want to eat nothing. He asked for a bottle of water. And I was like, here. I was like, here. You scaredy cat. You better eat this good cooking. I even got like the recommendations and shit. I was like, okay, how do you like your steak? And then he told me how he liked the steak. I don't remember now. And then I was like, what do you want in your salad? I was like, I know you don't like mayonnaise. He was like, no onions, no dressing. I was like, all right. No onions, no dressing. Got it. And PJ later had told me that, you probably don't want to have onion breath on the first hookup. That's, ew. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I ain't think about that, Maybe I'm a freak and I don't care, because if I kiss somebody who ate some onions, I know it's the onions, is not them. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you taste delicious. You taste like dinner and me. Like, what the fuck? We grown. So weird. But yeah, he didn't eat shit. He did. Never mind. I just paused. I just leave that right where it's at. I ain't gonna go in. But let me see. You slopped it up like a biscuit, boy. It was finger licking good, wasn't it, boy? You ever pause? We didn't got see Matthew done started something. You ever ladies, let me talk to the women for a second. Men, close your ears. Ladies, you ever look down on a man who is, eating dinner? Eating dessert, right? You ever look down, right? And you was like, and after you then, came out of your orgasmic fog, right? Your brain then your eyes then came back into the right position and shit. And you look down and you like, dang, you still down there? And you look at him, you like, oh my God, you were really enjoying yourself. Did I drop some like icing or some honey or something down there? Like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know if he ever been with a black woman. I ain't asked. I just assume he was in Virginia Beach and, Norfolk, Chesapeake, whatever. I just assume since he was hood affiliated, I wasn't the first. So I'm just going to go with that assumption. But apparently Maybe I'm the first he ever tasted. Maybe maybe I'm the first, to ever put the flavor on the flavor saver, if you feel me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. I ain't talking shit. I'm just saying. The way I had to look down, like Jesus. Like again? You know how you look, it wasn't that long of a look. Like I wasn't up there staring at the dude, you know what I'm saying? But I just took a glance, I just took a glance down and was like, oh, he's still going, okay. And I just, just lay back and enjoy myself. Okay, guys, y'all can listen now. We're done. We're done. uh, Mr. Beef rearranged me. Oh God, Siri. When's the next time you can add your vibration thing to the mix? Oh shit, girl. Let me tell you. Okay, men, close your ears again. Me and the ladies are talking again. Yo, quiet as it's kept. I done made a discovery on the vibration plate. Let me tell you something. I was okay. So I every day, right? When I'm on my vibration plate, I go up a level, right? I started level 1, next day level 2, whatever, keep going, right? So I'm up to like level 17, right? So around level 16 and 17, like yesterday and the day before, like Sunday and Monday, right? Really Monday, because I wasn't on it that long. Sunday Sunday was concerning. Okay. Sunday I was on level 16, right? And I'm standing on it. Right? And I'm standing on it and I'm vibrating, I'm shaking and I'm watching TV or whatever I'm doing, right? Looking at my phone, scrolling through TikTok, wherever I'm doing on the phone, whatever, right? So I'm and I'm going, going. And the vibrations have, because I researched, right? I researched and I learned that some Reiki practitioners and spiritual people use vibration plates to release trauma and blocked energies and all this woo woo shit, right? So I like to kind of like meditate when I'm on the vibration plate. Like I really get into it. Like I stand there and I literally feel the vibration. I mean, of course you feel the vibration, but I get to a good where the vibration is like where I can feel it a lot, right? And freeze in that position, right? And sometimes I shift my weight a little bit, and it gets you more aware with your body, right? So I'm standing on the I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but whatever. Here we go. I'm standing I'm standing on the vibration plate. Y'all gonna trip. I'm standing on the vibration plate, and they tell you when you research vibration plates, they tell you that you're supposed to hydrate before you get on the vibration plate and after, right? So I hydrate all day. Like I said, I drink cold water. I drink water all day. I don't drink soda that much. Every once in a while I'll grab a zero sugar Gatorade, and I still have that Gatorade in my room that I probably should throw away and pour it out in the sink by now. But just so my electrolytes, don't nobody worry about my electrolytes, they're fine. But I was on the vibration plate and I'm sitting there and I'm hydrated, right? And they say that it has lymphatic drainage, right? So and I'm going and I'm on level 16, right? And this was Sunday, right? So I'm on there and, I'm thinking to myself, oh God, do I gotta pee? I was like, oh God. So, and I was like, and I felt something knock, knock, knocking at my chamber door, right? And you know how you know when pee is coming, ladies, and everybody should know when pee coming, right? Okay, cool. So, so I felt something knock, knock, knocking at my chamber door, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't realize I had to, pee, and I didn't want to, embarrass myself in front of my son. So, I pause it, I pause the vibration plate and, I go pee and I'm like, all right, cool. So I get back on the vibration plate, everything kosher. Next day, Monday, get on the vibration plate, get in a good vibration. I'm kind of half meditating. I think I got Clubinati. I got Clubinati on the TV, right? I'm listening to Clubinati. I'm vibrating, I'm on level 17, right? I moved up, right? All of a sudden again, I feel fluid. I feel liquid. Knock, knock, knocking at my chamber door. So I say, no, no. I was like, we are, look, I'm a gangster. I'm about that life. I don't know who this vibration plate think it is, but I'm going to finish this little 5 minutes. Okay. So I'm up there on a vibration plate, and I'm squeezing the fuck out of my kegels, boy. I am just, I'm vice gripping that. I'm just squeezing it, right? And I'm just like, hold on, just squeeze. I'm squeezing butt cheeks. I'm bending down. I got bended knee. I'm putting my hands on my thighs, to take the pressure off my bladder, thinking that maybe I need to work my kegels some more or something. Like, this is embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going through all this mental ups and down in my head, like, what the fuck is going on, right? But it feels good. I don't want to get off of it. I don't want to get off because I want to finish my 5 minutes because I done sat on it. I put my legs on it. You know what I'm saying? Standing was my last thing, so I could just hop off and go do something else, because I finished the rest of my workout, right? So, because at the end of the workout, that's how you do muscle recovery is the vibrate. Anyway, so I'm standing on the plate, right, and the fluid is knocking at my chamber door, and I'm going through the mental loops, right. So after I make it through the whole 5 minutes, praise God, and then I was like, let me just gingerly go. So I'm up there tiptoeing because Zion is down here asleep. So I'm up there tiptoeing to the bathroom, to relieve myself. Like I'm thinking, like I gotta pee, right? No, no, I don't have to pee. No, I sit down to go potty, right? And I realized, like, no, no, girl, Sierra, you had to push pee out. That wasn't pee. Okay, so then I hit the Google, right? I hit the Google, and I asked Google. I said, Google, I say, can you squirt on is the squirting happen on a vibration plate? Is that a thing? And and Google basically said, yeah, yeah. Some nerve endings are really sensitive and strong vibrations can cause, yeah, basically, yeah. And I said, holy shit. I said, this whole time when I thought it was just a good feeling, I was getting all meditative and shit, and I thought I was being a new like spiritual guru and shit, I was busting a nut. Like I was like, because there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a toy or a dude or whatever, or a female or whatever. It's not. It was just me solo dolo. Like not. Will there be immaculate orgasm? I don't know what that would be, but anyway. So I was whew. So I guess maybe things are starting to progress um sexual functions on the vibration plate. Now that's why I haven't made a vibration plate TikTok yet. Cause I gotta work out, I gotta figure out, like, I don't want to film a TikTok and then my butt is jiggling on level like 20, right? And then halfway through the TikTok, I got some like juvenile back that ass up or something. And then y'all see a little wet spot. Cause I didn't squirt it. That's not cute. Nobody wants to see that. This is not OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Like it's TikTok and YouTube. So you gotta keep it PG. But that's my experience so far. So thanks for you know. But yeah, I've heard people do use. I could see why now that people use a vibration plate for other activities than fitness. But yeah, so I guess that's why I've been, and after I came downstairs and I realized all that, and of course, I told my, the bestie for the resty, I told her, I was like, the fuck, I was up here shooketh, and even after our conversation, I was just like, that's why I've been in a good mood this whole time. It dawned on me, it's just crazy, like the human experience and biology and anatomy and all that good stuff. uh, he ate something, all right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ate it off the bone. Yep, cleared it. Yep, cleared it. Yep. I almost asked him, did he want a dinner roll or something? He wanted to sop it up like gravy or some shit. I don't know. Maybe it's a different flavor. I'm pretty sure. A matter of fact, I know for a fact. I used to date women. There is different flavors for different races. We'll just keep it PG right there. Y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all grown, right? Y'all know. It's too early. uh, I saw your short. It looks really cool. I need it to help with my back. It's very beneficial. It helps with balance and circulation. Be prepared when you get to level, 15 through 17. Things might happen that you're not aware of. I guess maybe I hadn't had nobody make me squirt in a long time. I don't know. But it didn't feel like that in my head though. Because we all know how orgasm feel. It didn't feel like that in my cerebellum. But my body was reacting like it did. Like it, you know what I mean? Like it was very weird. I still gotta do research because it's fucking me up. I might need therapy, but I'm gonna still use my vibration weight. Oh god. Women are stimulated more on the upper outside scientifically versus men inside. Oh, T. I figured out since the washer cycle vibrates enough, like so. Yeah, girl, your story is legit. Yeah, yeah, that's what it said on Google. It said just like a washing machine, and yeah, that's what it said. It's like, yeah, eye to eye. Yeah, we're on some self discovery. Brace myself. Right, right. It takes a while to brace yourself on the vibration plate as well, because you know going targeting different muscle groups, whether it's your arms or standing on it or sitting on it or just resting your legs on it like it's a ottoman kind of, but you're on the floor. um and even like you can incorporate it with lunges and other workouts too. Even like that, just the vibration alone took until level 5. It took me a good week to get used to it, because the first day I was like, oh shit, like did I spend my money on some shit that I might not can't do? Because I was telling Sassy, I was like, this vibration plate then jiggled my brains loose, like I felt jiggly, like I had got a headache, and I just wanted to go to sleep, and it was a mess the first day or so. Well, the first day. The second day, it was after I slept it off, it was cool. And I don't know if that's because I'm healthy or because I knew my body's limits. You gotta listen to your body too. Like if you're doing it with your arms on there, like if you want to work your bat wings, ladies, for all my ladies who cook good potato salad, they say if you got bat wings, you can make some good potato salad. So if you put your arms on the vibration plate, right, whether it's palms down or forearms down, sometimes the vibration plate can jiggle your whole head, right? And you kind of get lost in the jiggle, like the back and forth. Well, I like to tuck my chin down so the vibration will go behind my neck and into my back rather than into my brain. I've learned that. Because the first day I was up there jiggling like, epileptic and shit. And I was getting all dizzy and my head was hurting and shit. So I like to tuck my head down a little bit and close my eyes. That way I can stay right there. But once you get in the groove with the upper body, whoo, you can feel the burn in your arms. You really can. But okay, I wasn't gonna be on here that long. Thank everybody for coming and listening to me and all my craziness. And I hope I made sense. Like most of these lives that I do that are voiceover are very much uncensored. I never know, uncensored, unscripted, off the cuff. I never know what I'm gonna say. I'm just naturally like this. I don't know if that's a mental illness or not. But I appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget to like the video on your way out, and if you're watching the replay, and yeah, subscribe, stick around, because you never know what's gonna fly out my mouth. And hopefully in the near future, me and the visionaries will have some closure and we can just be cool and be co-YouTube creators. What's the word? Colleagues. We can be YouTube colleagues. Yeah. We can be colleagues at the same workplace and not have this beef, and I can just commentate on other people. That would be refreshing. But until I can rectify, prove a point, reconcile, come to some common ground type shit, then regularly scheduled program, I guess. But until then, or until I got something else to say, you know what I always say. I holla. Dubai.